Here now to react to Education Secretary nominee is John Stossel, a Fox News contributor. I'm so excited to have you on because you did a great special on school choice and charter schools. And in fact, Betsy DeVos was in this. There was a great debate between her and somebody who was on the side of public schools, or government schools, as you call them so definitely.
Government-run schools.
Government-run
They're all public.
Yeah. So what's hurled at her is that she is trying to drain public schools of money, and that they're basically collapsing as a result of people like her. And they point to Detroit and other places where she's been very active and say she's siphoning off money and she's trying to make schools private and even for profit. What do you think of that?
Yes, and that's okay, because the money should follow the kids. And if the public but not government-run charter schools are more appealing to parents and the money goes with them, so the remaining public schools have less, that's okay. But also, I'm overstating it, because the charter money is not as much as the government-run schools get. So let's say they spend in Detroit $12,000 on the government-run schools. They only give $10,000 out of the charters. So every time a kid leaves, in a way, they gain $2,000. If you can say the parents who don't care will leave their kids in those schools, well, they'll have more money to try to help those kids with.
Does the charter school then get more money from elsewhere? Because one of the other arguments is that charter schools do better because they have more money, so they spend more. I know they take less money from the government, but then do they get other funding to kind of help per pupil?
Well, some do, and certainly the ones that Ms. DeVos gave $200 million to got private money,
yeah.
But many do not.
There's nothing wrong with that anyway. I mean,
right.
We're not knocking that. We're just saying that that's how you reconcile the numbers, that while, you know, the charter school may end up spending more, they're taking less government money. And your idea, a lot of people say that about school choice, that the money, the $12,000, whatever it is per student, it's almost $20,000 here in New York, should be on the back of each kid.
Just $400,000 per classroom. Where does the money go? They squander it.
Yeah. No, it's incredible. Now, in terms of the record, there was a long article in the Wall Street Journal that tried to talk about, in Detroit, what has the record been like for charter schools? Do they really deliver a better product? Here in New York, you went to places where they lined up to get in, and I know that because I live here, that it's like a golden lottery ticket to get into one of these charter schools. Parents cry and fight. In Detroit, they're still below the national average in the city of Detroit per student, but if you compare that to other Detroit schools, the charter schools are doing better than the public schools.
And isn't that the point? Yes, they're not working miracles yet, like some schools in New York are. But in Detroit, those kids are in real trouble. And as long as the charters are doing better than the government-run schools, I won't call them public schools, then they're doing pretty well. They're at least doing better. It's the beginning of progress. You need a critical mass for a free market to really work. But one thing I learned in 40 years consumer reporting, the only thing that works well is a free market, is market competition.
Right, is choice, where you vote with your money, you vote with your dollars, even if that's a voucher, whatever it is. It's not pro-charter, it's pro-choice. Stay at the public school if you want to.
Parents making choices. Yeah. You can say they don't know what the kids need, but they know if Johnny likes going to school down the street. Yeah. They know enough.
And how well he can read and all those things. John Stossel, thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.